Force be with you.
You're not negotiating.
When Ahsoka debuted on Disney Plus earlier this year, it was a significant event for many Star Wars fans. Despite a difficult beginning, Ahsoka Tano had her theatrical premiere in The Clone Wars and went on to become one of the most adored characters in the whole series. The character not only received a program, but a high-profile, live-action series on one of the largest streaming services in the industry, marking a turning point in the trip. It turns out that the original author, Dave Filoni, had intended for it to be a film. In an interview with IGN before the debut of the show, Filoni revealed that he gave Ahsoka Tano's live-action adaptation a lot of thought. Rosario Dawson made her television debut as the character on The Mandalorian, and later had a spin-off of her own. But at the time, Filoni was initially considering all of this. Live-action Star Wars could only be found in movies. What he said about it was as follows. All that changed with the premiere of The Mandalorian, with programs like Andor and Obi-Wan Kenobi carrying out more of the heavy lifting on that front. The franchise has grown more and more into a TV-driven business. Filoni is among the most esteemed intellectuals who have worked on Star Wars. Before he took on Rebels during the Disney era, he was practically George Lucas's apprentice on The Clone Wars. However, he was not very experienced in live action. Luckily, these shows allowed him to take a tentative step into that field. I believe that confidence is increasing as it has developed and altered because more people are able to participate in and perform an episode. One episode, an attempt to show, Filoni clarified. For me, doing an episode was infinitely easier to absorb and understand than if I had to start doing a movie. Nowadays, Filoni is on par with President Kathleen Kennedy as one of the most influential creative voices at Lucasfilm. Recently, Filoni received a promotion to Chief Creative Officer. He will be directing the destiny of a galaxy far, far away in that capacity on both large and small screens. He continued by describing how his involvement in the live-action TV series has enabled him to steer the franchise in a new direction. All of things contributed to the current situation in which Ahsoka Tano was able to assume the lead role. Filoni created Ahsoka, and since he is credited with helping Star Wars find a home on television, it seems fair that his most famous creation should continue to exist there. Not to mention that Filoni intends to direct the film that he is developing. Thus, Ahsoka will always have a place on the big screen.